Yo, 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 Gemini, what's up? So I just want to let you know before we get into the introduction and shuffling, when I was contemplating on your sign and as I was shuffling the cards, the Five of Wands, well, let me just say this, but these cards came out in this order. They popped out, right? The Five of Wands, the Strength card, Chariot reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Four of Pentacles, the Magician reversed, the Two of Cups, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Two of Swords reversed. So we'll keep those in mind. I have them written down as well, so we'll go ahead and see if they pop out in that same manner, right? All right, Gemini. So as I'm shuffling, I wanted to fill you in terms of what you can expect astrologically this month. Your interests shall shift from career issues to domestic concerns and emotional matters. Planetary aspects for profession are not really favorable this June. You shall keep the job aspect of life on the back burner, and you can use this time to visualize about future career ambitions and how to go about achieving them the right way, given the opportunities at hand. This month allows you to independently follow your own course, where there is no need really for compromises. This month, your vitality and confidence shall be zooming. Your imagination shall be excellent, and you shall come up with brilliant ideas and thoughts. In terms of career, that's just general, but in terms of career, if you are seeking employment opportunities, it shall be available in your neighborhood. Do not lose hope if you do not find anything immediately, or if your business, if you are employed, goes into loss. Financial health shall be excellent this month. Problems may arise with your love mate temporarily on financial matters, where more money shall be spent on personal items, right? In terms of love, Jupiter's forward motion on June 9th shall improve prospects of love, or for love, this month, and singles shall be brimming with sex appeal and shall get many opportunities to form love partnerships. But commitment in relationships shall be done after serious thought. If you are in a committed relationship, problems with your spouse are likely in spite of the peaceful exterior in the relationship. In terms of health, overall health looks pretty favorable this month, whereas your personal appeal is great. Healing messages shall enhance your fitness levels. Make sure to not skip a meal, as this shall prove to be detrimental to your health. So for June's forecast for Gemini, shall be a month of trials and tribulations in various aspects of your life. Okay, let's get started. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Gemini with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay the messages as they're meant to be. All right. Spirit, please release Gemini's first card for June 2017. What is Gemini's current disposition? What is Gemini currently feeling? Okay. Let's clarify. Please release up to 3 clarifiers, please, Spirit. Okay, I'm going to go with those 2. It said up to 3, and they gave you 3. Okay, so for your base, okay, we have these 7 of Cups here. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Then we have the Devil reversed. Then we have the Sun. All right, okay. Oops. Okay, sorry about that, guys. It was all in the corner. Okay, Spirit, please release Gemini's second base card for the situations at hand. Please release up to 3 clarifiers for Gemini. For why the 9 of Pentacles is here in reverse. Why is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse here for Gemini? I'm going to take this one. Release up to 2 more cards, please, Spirit. For why the 9 of Pentacles is here. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Oh, okay, wow. I'll give you a lot this time. So, for your base, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I think it was this one right here. The 10 of Swords. And I believe this was the last one. And it was this one right here. The World. I'm sorry. Huh. The Star card. What's wrong with me? I've been doing that lately. I don't know what's wrong. Acting a little crazy this month for me. Okay. Then we have the King of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see how I'm going to do this. Move these a little bit over. We also have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Do it like this. Okay, it's a little different, it's a little off, but it's okay. Alright, Spirit, please release what's crowning Gemini. What's in Gemini's mind for these situations at hand, the current disposition, and for June 2017. What's in Gemini's thoughts for the situations at hand for the current disposition, and for June 2017. Spirit, please release up to 3 cards for what's crowning Gemini. What's crowning Gemini, Spirit? Oh, Gemini, you're not speaking of your thoughts, huh? You're not oh, just when I said it. Okay, leave that one there. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Chariot. And the King of Cups here. Okay. Right. Coming into the reading with the 10 of Pentacles here. Okay. Put it right here in the center. This is a little off today, but I wanted to give you guys a bunch of cards. Okay, so just so we can keep track here, guys. Your 2 base, right here and right here. For your second base here, this is clarifying all of this. What's like a story, you know. Here's the other base, clarifying this, how you came into the reading, and your thoughts. What's crowning you guys? These 3 up here. Okay, Gemini. Hmm. So I feel, Gemini, that you want to move forward. I feel like you have a yearn for action, and you have a yearn to, handle your endeavors and to want everything to work out and to move forward, right? And especially this month is your month. Oh, yeah, happy birthday, by the way. Poor me. Little lost. I should have said that in May too. A little strange. Happy birthday, Gemini. So, I may do a little, I think a little love spread for you guys, specifically for love. Hmm. We'll see. But okay, back to the reading. But let's see. So I feel like you want a lot of action, Gemini. I feel like you want to move forward with your plans. But I'm kind of feeling, Gemini, that you may not be able to move forward, or moving forward, you may have some hindrances. And I feel like it has to do with a lack of communication. And given this month is your guys' month, you guys are, your vitality is going to be up. No, the sun here. It's going to, and it's up, right? Your vitality this month is going to be very high. You're going to have a lot of energy, which is good, to tackle your endeavors and to, achieve those things that you would like to achieve. But I feel, Gemini, that in your thoughts, you kind of know that maybe you may be coming off a little abrasively, or you may have some chosen words as to how you want to move forward. I just feel like you want to move forward because you feel like there's an emotional need to move forward. And I'm kind of starting to pick up to that. I think you feel like if you move forward, it'll emotionally satisfy you, which is usually the case, But I feel like there's really a lack of proper communication. I feel like that's going to hinder you from moving forward. And when I see the Seven of Cups here with the Devil reversed, the Sun, and the Six of Swords here, I'm kind of concluding that maybe, Gemini, you feel like you have decisions, right? Or you feel the need to have to choose something. And I feel like that's where the yearn to move forward is coming from, And I feel like there's a real need to like move. It's very, very prevalent in this reading. And with the Seven of Cups here, Seven of Cups can be somewhat of an illusion of success. See how it's like the clouds? It's kind of, since he's in the clouds, they're like dreams. No, and since they're cups, it has to do with emotion. But it's an illusion of success, let's say. That's probably where I'm going with it. Sorry about that, guys. The illusion of success. But it doesn't necessarily mean that success cannot come, right? It just means that there's a lot of plans that are in place, or that are in your thoughts, per se. And I kind of feel, Gemini, that they're good thoughts, but I mean, they're good plans that you would like to seek. And I feel like you really are going to achieve them. And it's good because I feel like, the Devil reverse here means that you're not really, you're changing up your swag, and you're changing up the ways as to how you're going about it. And I feel, Gemini, like you're leaving a lot of things behind. I feel like there are a lot of emotional issues or endeavors that you're leaving behind because you feel the need to move. And you feel like because these aspects that are in your life, whether it's relationships, partnerships, work, school, it's a general reading. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I feel like you're walking away from certain things. You're looking onto newer pastures. And I feel like it is a good thing, Joe. It's a good thing, Gemini. I really do. But we need to be careful with the Seven of Cups here. This is great. I really like this because, I mean, moving to new pastures, right? Because you're no longer being bound or held towards those things that keep you, that control you, that keep you down, or that keep you from moving forward, right? And then your vitality is really good. But it's what's worrying me, Gemini, is that this happened to be the second card from the clarifiers, and the devil is looking exactly at the Seven of Cups here. So I feel, Gemini, like you need to be very careful this month in terms of maybe making the right decisions as to where you want to go. Since you are moving on to newer pastures, you're going to have to be careful. Make sure that they are sound decisions, and they're not decisions where you think that they're fine or they're a good idea because you didn't look too deeply into it. Kind of went on a whim. And you know, Geminis, you guys are very flighty. You guys move very quickly. And I feel like this is where the communication is. And not to say that you guys are not emotional at all. You know, it all depends on what's in everyone's chart, you know. But emotion's not really one of your guys's, I want to say strong traits, but it's not really one of your guys's like main traits. Like you would never say, oh, that Gemini is so emotional, you know, just defaultly. Then that's just your sun sign, you know, 1/3 of you, right? But I'm starting to feel, Gemini, and I'm starting to get that these decisions that you're going to make, like I said, make sure that you read the fine print, because I feel like there was a lack of communication as to how you were going to achieve it, which means that you're under the impression and the illusion, right, like the Seven of Cups here, to move forward. But it may lead to emotional situations. Now I'm glad that the King of Cups here is upright. If he was in reverse, it would be a totally different story. But since he's upright here, I feel like if you do make these mistakes and you do, you know, kind of things don't work out the way that you thought they would, I feel like you're still going to come back from it, but you're going to come back a stronger person, because I feel like you're going to recognize emotional issues that are going on in your life, and you're going to be that much stronger because of them. And I also feel, Gemini, that maybe right now you may not feel too strong, or you may not feel too, you may not feel too together, like you have all the stability that you need and that you require and that you want. And because of this, I feel like it's kind of bringing you down, which kind of can coincide with the King of Pentacles. The King of Cups here. You know, it can coincide with that. And I kind of feel, Gemini, that maybe there was some hope involved in a situation, partnership, relationship. And I feel like it really did not work out the way that you wanted it to. I'm also kind of picking up on maybe you were in a relationship with someone and you thought that they were someone who they said they were, and they weren't. And I feel like there was some trickery kind of going on a little bit. Not necessarily maybe your end. It could be, vice versa. Like, once again, it's a general reading. I kind of feel that maybe you met someone and they portrayed themselves as someone who they weren't. And I feel like one of them was stability. You were looking for someone, or you thought you found someone that had the stability. And it kind of proved that it didn't really work out like that. And I feel like I'm saying this because we have the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse, right? But then we have the Ten of Swords here with the Star. So this, to me, kind of, means that this person that you met, it wasn't who they thought, who you thought that they were, right? I mean, given that the Star card is underneath the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So the hope was there. The hope was tangible. It was there because you were like, yes, I finally found someone, right? But it was bad news, and you found out later that this really wasn't the case. Also, with the Seven of Cups here, the illusion, the energies can also cross over. These are just two different scenarios. And I feel like that hope really hurt you. And it was one of those things where it was a shitty letdown. And it was just like, wow. And I feel like you also let yourself down. And I feel like it was, once again, Gemini, a lack of communication, or of proper communication. But that's why I'm saying I feel like this king here, it could be a woman or a man. This king here has his own money. So this could have been you, this could have been you, and this could have been the second party, or this could have been the second party, and this could be you. It just depends, you know? And I feel like this king here of Pentacles has it together. They have their shit together, and they know where they want to go, which leads me to think that this decision that happened, and someone ended up with the shit end of the stick. I'm sorry, I'm cursing today, but and they have to take those swords out of their back and out of their front and everywhere else that they are. The pain, they have to go through that pain of making a wrong decision, because the King of Pentacles doesn't necessarily make wrong decisions like that. They make sound decisions. That's why they are the King of Pentacles. They carry that stability and they maintain it. They're a master of it, right? Which leads me to think that that's why someone, you or the second party, feels like they can't handle the situation that was thrown at them. They feel like they cannot handle problems or issues that arise because of it, and they feel unbalanced because, I think, of the whole situation. I feel like I said, there was a decision made, something didn't work out the way that it was supposed to work out, and it caused a lot of upheaval, and it made you feel it made you want to leave, right? Like the Chariot here, made you want to just run, and you needed to go, and it was because of a lack of communication, which also makes sense why, in your mind, you're a little emotional. But I feel like the emotion it's starting to, or it has become manageable up to a certain point. You're just kind of going through it, and you're like, oh my God, like, wow. You're kind of just beating yourself up, but not to the point where it's a detriment, to the point where, like, you are, like, you can't move forward. Like, you can't, supply yourself or be somewhat emotionally stable, That's what I'm kind of getting at out of it. It got a little blurry, guys. 1 second. There we go. So, but we also have the Queen of Pentacles down at the bottom right here. Which leads me to think that it's the other person. Because of this, the Nine of Pentacles being in reverse and then the Queen of Pentacles being upright, I kind of feel like it was the other partner. Or this could be your energy as well. There was trickery, there was deceit involved in terms of who someone is. That's what I'm really starting to get, that feeling. And I really feel, Gemini, that it really put a damper on things. It was a moment where it had you in that contemplation. See how the Chariot here is in between the King of Cups and the Ace of Swords in reverse. And I feel like this movement was because of these two things. Let's see what else I'm kind of getting. But I feel, Gemini, that you shouldn't beat yourself up, because, I mean, you're coming into the reading with the Ten of Pentacles here. It was something that you learned. It was an experience that now you can look out for. And it's also crazy how the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse and then the 10 is right here. Which kind of makes me believe that maybe it was your energy. It's kind of hard to say, since it is a general reading, like I've been saying. But definitely two people were involved in this situation, I feel, given the two as well here. The Two of Pentacles here in reverse. But because, you came into the reading with the Ten of Pentacles here, I'm just kind of assuming, that it was you. That maybe that was your energy. That maybe, or I mean, it could also be, Gemini, that, maybe you went into something, you got involved in something with maybe someone who was a little out of your league. I mean that respectfully, of course. But maybe you just took a chance. And you were like, hey, you never know. And maybe you kind of, threw a little extra bells and whistles in there. And then I feel like maybe it kind of came back. Kind of slapped you in the booty. Which kind of makes sense with the Seven of Cups here as well. I'm also picking up on maybe you were involved in a situation where You knew that you could gain maybe some stability, even though it may not have been the right thing to do. Maybe some procuring of funds or something along that lines. And it probably really did bring you that stability, or maybe did put either money in your pocket or it provided in the manner as to which you envisioned it, right? But I feel, Gemini, that you, excuse me, I kind of feel, though, Gemini, that, you don't feel too happy about that decision. And I kind of feel that maybe you're kind of having to deal with it now. I'm kind of going across here like this. The illusion of success, given the devil's looking at him. But it's in reverse. I feel like you did it for a reason, if this is the case. You did it for a specific reason. And I feel like it was for stability for your family, maybe, possibly, because that's what the Ten of Pentacles kind of represents too. It's having it all. The family, the dogs are, let me show you guys. Sorry, can I grip this card? My God. There we go. So, if you look at it, the dogs are there, the little kid, you have all the money, the couple. But see how the grandpa or the father or grandfather, wherever the hell he is, he's in contemplation, it looks like. And the dog is kind of staring at him. That's when it's kind of, you think about it, like all the work that was put into it. But I feel like maybe, was it done correctly? Was it done with maybe honesty? Because I feel like you did have the hope, but then at the same time, Gemini, I'm kind of feeling like you're battling between these two here. The Ten of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Because the King of Pentacles doesn't feel like this. The King of Pentacles never feels like the Ten of Swords there. Not at all. He has no reason to. He has all this stability. But then it kind of leads me to think, why is the Two of Pentacles here in reverse for you? Why is the stability being thrown at you, or having that stability? Do you feel like you can't obtain it, or you can't handle it, or you feel like you are unbalanced? Which this is a very unbalanced feeling, right? Which leads hope in the center as well with the Star card here. Also, just to throw it out there, you could be dealing maybe with an Aquarius. Maybe an Aquarius puts you in that position, right? You could also maybe be dealing with a mean Capricorn. Maybe a water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. I've seen all kinds of signs. I mean, pretty much everything is here, with the exception of, yeah, Gemini, no wands at all. Wow. Okay. Just realized that right now. Crazy. So maybe an Aquarius could have put you in this position, or it could just be that's just general hope. You hope that you can maybe come out of a period of maybe some stagnation in terms of feeling a little bad about the situation. That you have to now remove all those swords and you have to rest. But you got kind of what you wanted out of it, right? The stability or the solidity or just the materialistic gain of it. But why don't you feel balanced? But why do you feel like maybe it provided the environment, but it didn't provide maybe stability internally for who you are as a person? Which is why the Two of Pentacles is in reverse here. And why you feel emotional. But you felt like, yeah, we moved forward with the plan, but then was the communication actually there? Because the Six of Swords here has to do with, just like I said, moving on to newer pastures. But the sword energy here is kind of negatively placed a little bit. The Six of Swords is not necessarily negative. But you have to look at it from this point of view, Gemini. Why did you have to move on to newer pastures? If you were to maybe put yourself in certain positions that were viable, or that provided that stability for you, or that were really good environments for you, there would be no need to move on. Now, we do need to always transcend, of course, but we shouldn't feel the need just to drop everything and leave and just be like, I'm gone. But I really do feel that, Gemini, maybe some of this has to do with a little bit of illusion, you know? That it has to do with, I feel like it was a success earned, but it was a monetary success or monetary gain or stability in terms of a home or materialistic things gained, but not an emotional gain. I feel like you really don't feel too balanced about this, or you really don't feel like this was the right or proper decision. It's like a, for lack of a better word, or phrase, like a double-edged sword, kind of, you know. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what it is. Or maybe I'm also picking up on maybe you are in a partnership right now, given the two pentacles here, the king and the queen, that maybe you guys are on two different pages right now, but you both feel that you both are right. But it's leading to the Nine of Pentacles being in reverse here. Like it's saying, the Nine of Pentacles, when it's upright, has to do with stability, right? And it has to do with abundance. Abundance of stability, you know. That makes sense. An abundance of stability, you know. But if that is the case, and it's if it's in reverse, I'm sorry. My words are getting a little mixed up today. If the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, why would the King and the Queen of Pentacles be upright? That doesn't really compute. You know, you don't plant, you know, an apple seed and get oranges from it, because it just doesn't work like that. If you put the proper work in, but you're not reaping the benefits of it or what should come of it, what does that tell you? And also the Two of Pentacles in reverse here. So these two people are upright. The abundance of, you know, the stability in terms of having it in terms of an abundance, right, is in reverse. And also the Two of Pentacles is in reverse too, where you feel like you can't handle it, or you're off of the balance, or the balance of it is off. But yet these two people are upright. That leads me to think, what's going on? Which I think that maybe if you are in a partnership, that both of you think you're right. Right? And there's maybe a little bit of stubbornness going on about it. And it's causing dysfunction, and it's a clash of wills, I feel. And it's causing dysfunction, and it's also causing the abundance in terms of the home and the stability to falter. And also the balance is off within the relationship. But there is hope here for the relationship, right? That you may want to regain that. But I feel like there's a lot of pain that was involved. I feel like there's a lot of, there's a lot of communication or words that were thrown around that was meant to hurt. Which coincides with the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords in reverse in your mind or in your thoughts. And then with the 10 here, I kind of feel like this is the illusion that everything is fine, and kind of convincing yourself, which kind of leads you to having to move on to newer pastures. You know, you guys feel like you want to move on, and you feel like you really do. But I also feel, you know, with the Devil in reverse, you know, different cards can mean different things. And, you know, different readers see different aspects, or they pick up certain, you know, feelings or vibes from it. Sometimes I look at the Devil in reverse as being blind to the fact. You know? And I feel like maybe you guys are not realizing that there's some illusion going on, or delusion, in terms of that everything's all right with the Sun here. But I feel like you guys are maybe both, if this is this situation, that both of you think that there's something out there that may be better, which there could be, but you never know. But I feel like we have to watch out for this. I feel like this is trickery in terms of convincing your guys, you know, each other or yourselves that everything is fine and that everything's going to be fine and we're going to be okay. I don't know. Either you continue on with the relationship, or maybe you shouldn't. Or maybe you guys are coming out of that period. That could be it too. I think that's all I'm really picking up from the reading, Gemini. Yeah, I want to say. Can we pull some advice cards for you? So none of the cards really popped out. I think the only one was the Chariot popped out. Let's move it over here. I think the Chariot popped out was the only one. Four of Pentacles, no. Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, no. Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Two of Swords, yeah. No, nothing else really popped out. But the Five of Wands popped out. That was the first card when I first started shuffling. That's pretty crazy because that seems like what this is. It's a lot of upheaval, a lot of, you know, battling, fighting, disagreements. Okay. So this is what you came in reading. Was Crania? Your Spirit, please release up to as many cards as you like for advice. For Gemini, for the situation, for that hand, and for June 2017 and how to move forward. Spirit, release as many cards as you like. Okay, I'm going to keep those two. I'm going to take the bottom one. I don't know, I just feel it. This is the last shuffle too, see what pops out. Okay. I want to take this one, and I'm not going to take the bottom one because they were exactly two together. So, okay, I'm going to take both of them because they both came out. Okay, so it was these two first here. Judgment reversed. Oh, just left it like that in the beginning. There we go. Okay, then we have, oh, the Three of Swords reversed. Okay, see, it popped out again. It's crazy. Then these two were next. Yeah. The Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay, this came out, what was it? I think upright. Yeah, it came out upright when I was contemplating on your guys' energy. Jesus. The Two of Wands. Finally, some fire. And okay, wow. That's interesting. Look who we have. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say? The card? Oh my God. What's wrong with me here? Sorry, guys. I'm a little distracted trying to get this nice for you. Okay. All right, Gemini. Well, initially, I kind of feel, you know, that maybe there was some harboring going on in terms of harboring of items, maybe. That people didn't want to maybe help other people, or that they didn't want to provide some stability for them or to give it up. And yeah, I really feel like that's kind of what's going on. I'm sorry, I never said this card, guys. I apologize. This is the High Priestess. I apologize. My God, my mind's everywhere today. See how I'm feeling very flighty. All of a sudden, I got a little warm right now. I'm starting to pick up on that right now. Like there was a lot of just like quickness because I can't even. It's hard for me to stay focused right now. Like that's crazy, and I kind of feel like there was harboring, the Four of Pentacles in reverse here, harboring of stability, which makes sense with the Ten of Pentacles here, having enough. Having that amount that you can be charitable, but I feel like you kind of maybe weren't charitable or the other person, right? Which means you made that decision to harbor whatever it is that you need to harbor. And I feel like maybe you thought that harboring that or not giving away so much of your stability, or maybe not taking that leap of faith, right? That everything may be better, that you felt that that would lead you to maybe stability within yourself, but heartbreak ended up coming here, you know? But I feel like you need to make a decision, right? You need to make the decision with your partner if this is the case, or either, you know, relationship, whatever the case may be. But I feel like Spirit here is asking you, or telling you, or advising you that you need to make better judgments in terms of what you think will bring you out of heartbreak, what you think will not adversely affect you. Because I feel, Gemini, that because the judgment's off, and maybe some harboring of the stability that maybe you do have, it's going to force you to have to make a certain decision, or it's going to put you in a position where you have to choose something. And you feel like you're going to have to make a quick decision, given that it's fire energy, and also the creativity, having to come up with more creative endeavors as to how to move forward, kind of indulging in avoidable consequences. It's kind of where I'm going with it. But they're asking you and telling you to use your intuition. You have to, Gemini. You have to know that this isn't right. You can't harbor what you have. You have to, at times we do. And I feel, Gemini, that you think that that's a way of maybe protecting yourself, which sometimes there are those cases where it does, but clearly Spirit's telling you your judgment's off. Because if you do have it, you won't reach this point even emotionally, right? You won't reach the full abundance of stability, right? Of having it and knowing that it's there and working hard for it, if you don't give back. Because then you won't reach this point emotionally. You may have everything in terms of stability, in terms of a house, a home, a car, and all that, but you won't be there emotionally. You won't be emotionally satisfied because you didn't give back. Therefore, people won't appreciate maybe you as a person, and therefore that can either affect you or could not. But you can lose maybe family if some arrogance is involved. I'm not saying that that's what's going on, but what could come of that? And I feel like the judgment is off. I feel like it's off because you think that this is the right way of you not becoming heartbroken or of you not becoming adversely affected. But I kind of feel like this is going to adversely affect you. You need to maybe give more. You need to give maybe a little bit more chances and I'm feeling a little bit more compassionate. But I'm also feeling be a little bit more effective in terms of communication, Gemini. You're going to have to communicate things a little bit more effectively, have a little bit more patience with the communication. Because, I mean, in your thoughts, I mean, you know, Ace of Swords right here in reverse. I mean, this is the beginning of communication. This is the beginning of starting to understand the communication, right? And of having it. So I feel like, Gemini, you speaking a little abruptly. Yeah, I really do feel like that. Yeah, see? Because then you will come out of that period, of being at an impasse. And it'll be over. And then you'll also not have to deal with despair and feeling like dishonesty was involved in this and feeling all emotionally crazy. You won't carry that around with you anymore when you release that impasse. But what you have to do is you're going to have to communicate properly and begin to reassess how you communicate with people and how you say things and what you say and how you say in the manner as to which you say it and what people perceive it to be, Right? So this is also feeling ashamed. But when it's in reverse, it's not feeling ashamed. It's coming out of that period, Because, Gemini, why? There's a big change coming. Don't fear this card. It's a good card. When it's in reverse, that's a little crazy, but it's a good card. The change is going to come, Gemini, where you're going to now see, where effective communication, what it can, or where or how it can benefit you. Yeah, I really feel like that's the change. Because you're going to come out of the period of having to think about things and look and watch and seek and see what's going on, because you're gonna be the hangman, but in reverse. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Hey, Gemini, I really don't feel like this was a negative reading per se, but I do feel like it was a good reading, though. It was a good informative reading. No? Lately, I've been using a lot of cards. Look at this. Look at all your cards here. It's crazy, huh? It's a lot of cards. Usually, I'm like, oh, why don't people use? Oh, we forgot one. Usually, I'm like, why do people use that many cards? That's a lot. But hey, if that's what it takes to get the whole story out. But okay, Gemini, I'm gonna leave just a link in the description to my website. I changed my prices for June coming up. I'm gonna say that's the prices. In terms of my private readings, also my private readings with astrology with it as well. I highly advise everyone to take that and to take advantage of that. Yeah, I put your guys' natal chart in it's about 22 pages, a PDF file, and we talk about, you know, certain positions in your chart and how they affect you, and I also go over your current transits right now with you. I can also give you a sheet, you know, that shows the transits coming up, maybe until now, maybe 3 or 4 months down the line, or say sometimes it's about a year. But yeah, so I changed my prices. Go check them out if you'd like to, you know, delve further into this. I mean, I don't know how much further we can, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so yeah. All right, Gemini, that's your reading for June of 2017. I'll see you next time, or probably mid-month.